Cards and Comic Show. Welcome back to Cards and Comics. So today I have another epic mail day. Now, it's probably not going to be as epic as some of my last couple ones, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And as I look at my collection, I'm doing a little bit more curating, getting cards graded, put in the right holders, and doing things like that, versus accumulating a ton of cards, like say volume wise. I'm trying to make it a little bit more PC orientated, and maybe bigger cards and less cards. Now this is going to be sort of a lull to around March, April, and then I think I'm going to go back and try to again get a few bigger cards before I get ready for the National. So we'll see how it goes next few months, but right now we'll start here with hockey, because a closet hockey collector. First card up is a card I'll take out of its holder, or its sleeve here. It's an interesting card. I got it because I felt like it was, it's an E-Pack card. So it's one of the, it's a 2015 rookie card of Connor McDavid, Code of Greatness. And this is one you had to get through E-Pack. So I just thought, I thought it was cheap for what it is. And I thought, might as well pick it up because it was cheap. Came from Canada. And again, you can see 2015, 2016 Series 1 hockey. You had to, it was sort of a card you had to get on E-Pack by getting other parts of the set, and complete. So it's not like something you see, tons of them. There's a few on eBay, but again, I think it's a card that's going to be one of those sleeper, cheapy rookie cards that go from $40 to $60, as people realize that there's not a ton of them out there because you can only get it through achievements on E-Pack. So kind of an interesting card for card number one. Put off camera so my camera doesn't all mess up. Next up are some breaks I did, so we'll just go through all of them. Again, I did an Artifacts and some Upper Deck Series, I think Series 1 product. So again, a Łukasz Dostal rookie. I got the Ducks as my team, so Jamie Drysdale numbered down to 199. So, and then a Bryce Kencop rookie, Young Guns. And then I did a box of just Upper Deck Series 1. Just to, get some live product. I got a ton of this on E-Pack. Hopefully, when I go through and start sending stuff to me for this year on Check Out My Cards, I've got probably about 400 to 500 cards that I need to get sent to me, including a Jack Hughes O-Pee-Chee Platinum Green Auto numbered to 5. So it's one of the big cards I have left on E-Pack, and I still need to send that to me because I probably need to get it graded or at least have it in my hands, as that card has probably skyrocketed in value. So again, my Cole Caulfields, Lafreniere, a lot of rookies from the last couple of years are still in E-Pack for me, and including some pretty cool silvers. So DeBrincat, Dazzler's Blue. Then we've got the Mike Giordano jersey, which the jerseys are a lot harder to pull than years past. Patrice Bergeron, 100P Gold. And again, they ruined this set. And I hopefully this year they fix it. I think this year a lot of the insert sets are numbered again. But the gold should have been numbered out of 100. This not being numbered just means they ran the printing presses pretty big on this set for the golds not to be numbered out of 100, in my opinion. Then the Young Guns, I got a Garrett Palan and Mike Hardman French. So that's the French version. There you go. Then I got a Mike Hardman regular. So that was kind of disappointing. Cam York, Jackson Cates, Ross Colton, and Jeremy Davis. So that was my box breaks of hockey. Nothing really great to really hang my hat on for anything there, but you know, you do what you do when you get into breaks. Now the next up is something kind of cool. I did this because I just like the product. It was, I think, $25 or $30 to do this break. So it wasn't really like expensive, but it was a 87 Topps football cello pack. So I'll go through the commons, or the cards that the guy thought were commons when he sent them to me. So here is, and they were pretty good shape. Matsui, you know, Emmanuel. So like, it's just like fun to go through these cards and see, you know, players from this generation again, you know. And so here's just kind of like some of the base card, or the common cards. Tony Eason, pretty good quarterback. I'm just seeing if there's like any, like, you know, players that are. Pete Metzelaars was really good for the Bills. So again, you know, just Mark Duper, Super Duper. So there you go. He was a good player. And then the hits, I guess, are the cards that he sleeved up for me. Oh, and Ken O'Brien. There you go. That's in a soft sleeve. And then the ones he put in a top loader. Eddie Lee Ivory. Again, just a sleeve. So now we're in the top loader. Sorry about that. So Andre Reed, really cool. Again, this is Jim Kelly's rookie year. So Andre Reed, Kellen Winslow, Art Monk 1,000-Yard Club, Phil Simms, and Jim Everett, because it's a rookie. So I'll show you the backs. Again, pretty standard Topps backs of the time. And then the 1,000-Yard Club, Art Monk. So I didn't hit anything huge, but there's nothing really huge to hit in this set. Even the Jim Kelly, you know, it's not really his rookie card. It's his first Topps card, but he had a USFL card. So, but it's just kind of a cool card to have. So, you know, it was fun, $30 to go through an 87 Topps cello pack. Love to just have a few raw, ungraded ones just laying around, because they're kind of fun rips for sure. So next up into football, we got one real football card here to show you, but it's a cool one. It's a 1998 Barry Sanders Interstate Refractor, PSA 8. So the Interstate Refractors were harder to get. They're not numbered. They have a very cheesy license plate motif on the back that blocks out the stats, you know, for whatever reason. But you have this kind of map in the background. I mean, I'm not saying they're most attractive, but they were, I think, one a box. Or maybe one in a couple boxes. I'll throw up the odds on this one. I have to remember what they were, because I know the regular refractors were a couple of boxes. I thought the interstates were like one in a box, like one interstate refractor in a box. Obviously, trying to hit a Sanders out of one box would be very difficult. So these have gotten a little bit pricey. You know, they're going up as people realize that they're pretty tough pools. And they're very shiny, as you can tell. The 98, they still knew how to do refractors really, really well. Moving on to baseball, I'll start with vintage. My only big vintage card I picked up pretty much throughout the month of January was a 73 Pete Rose 8.5. My favorite grade, for those who know what the channel's all about. I do tons of 8.5s. There is the back. And the ugly eBay stickers, because obviously this card had to be authenticated because it costs more than whatever the $300 or whatever the price point is to make it automatic. But there you go. Pete Rose hit 302 that year, 304 the year before. So again, it's an 8.5. It's a card I have in an 8, but I don't have it as an 8.5. So this becomes kind of a permanent card. And all other Pete Roses from 73 now become available for sale or trade. So if you need a 73 Pete Rose, let me know. I probably have an extra one now, as I finally upgraded to the final form of that card, like a Super Saiyan transforming. Pete Rose is now in his final form. All right, next up, some Griffey cards, because I have a ton of Griffey cards always. 1999 Upper Deck Encore Homer Odyssey card. So I don't know what the ratio is. And it's hard to see the numbering there. But, you know, I'm thinking that maybe this is just this is just like this card number 136. It's not even an insert. Sorry, thought it might be an insert, but it looks like just a regular base card. But they look cool. The Encore set is very shiny. That's why I got it. Shiny, shiny, shiny. There you go. Encore Homer Odyssey King Griffey Jr. Next up is a card out of SPX. Again, very shiny. And I like how they did this little insert here. You got 2 photos. So it's just a really nicely designed set. It's card 130. And it's numbered 760 out of 2250. So not extremely rare card for this time. And I think these the base cards were numbered. So this is just, again, another cool looking base card. But it's from 1998 SPX. But I think it's just one of those things where I just think just because it's numbered, it's very shiny and it's cool. It's a cool card. It's like just, one of those kind of cards you buy a Griffey and you appreciate that they took that much effort to make those set designs look so cool. Last raw card for Griffey I've got is this 2004 Topps Heritage King Griffey Jr. refractor. So one of the areas that I'm pretty devoid because I've been focusing so much on 2000 and before Griffey cards is I do feel like these heritage refractors and chrome cards are undervalued, especially the blacks. I know there are collectors out there who just do the blacks, but this one's numbered out of 556. The blacks would be numbered out, I think, 56 that year. So again, this is knocking off the this is 555. So yeah, this is because it's knocking off the 55 top set. There's only 55 black. So I think the black cards in these years are undervalued tremendously. Now, they will bring a good amount of money when you see them go for sale, but for how rare they are, I just feel like they're a little undervalued. And these are very undervalued too, because sometimes you can get these under $50. So but I think it's a nice looking card. It knocks off the 55 top set. I like that with that gold in the background. Actually, the yellow, it's almost like a golden refractor. So you get some bonus gold action going on. So a really cool card from 2004 Topps Heritage, the Griffey refractor. Again, it's somewhere at 555. And again, that's a card that is a slow burn card. It's a card that eventually probably needs to be graded at some point just to make those refractors all eventually probably need to be graded by Griffey from his playing years because they're super collectible. And a lot of people are putting together full sets of graded. Next up, 1999 Team Finest. So this is the blue. So I got the red as well, but here's the blue. And the blue is numbered out of 1500. There you go. So it's a nice card. It's just not super low numbered. It's not the refractory. So it's just the blue team set or Team Finest. Protector's still on. It's an 8. So these kind of cards to me are exactly what I would say are, cool cards. It's not a crazy design. It's not like what I consider to be super attractive, but it's just a typical 90s design. It's numbered at 1500, and I don't care if it's a PSA 10 or not because it's to me not a key card. And so I got an 8, so it's now the box is ticked off for that card. And I've got the red coming at some point. I think I've got the red in transit, so hopefully that gets here pretty soon. All right, next up is a card I had on my Instagram. This is one of the big cards that I picked up PC-wise. Now, this really wasn't on my radar, and I'll just talk about it for a second, is that this is Retrofractor. And I was just scrolling through eBay, and I saw it, and man, for one thing, it just kind of like how sharp the card is really blew me away when I saw just how nice the card looked. Then I looked at sort of how hard they are to pull. This is a very low pop card, on the PSA registry. It's a big set. So hitting one of these is hard. They're not numbered. So that's one of the kind of downsides of these refractors. But they do have a plain paper back. And I think that, that's why they're called the refractor, because they don't have a slick, they have a regular paper back. So that gives them a unique look. But man, they are a very nice card, man. They look really cool. I'm very excited to have this one. And again, it's PSA 9, so it's a very nice grade. I don't think there's any PSA 10s. I'll throw up the pop report on this one, but man, nice card. And I think this is, again, if this card was in a Mariners uniform, because again, it's literally 1 or 2 years away from being a Mariners card. If this card was a Mariners card and it was as hard to pull and as low pop count as it is, this card would be worth thousands of dollars, not hundreds. So, but again, it is what it is. It's a Reds card, so it's going to be a lot less valuable than any Mariners cards, but it's still a very nice looking card, and it's super duper shiny. Topps still had some mojo back in 2001 with the refractors. And last but not least is a card that I've had on my PC, buy list, my top 10 list for Griffey cards for the last 2 years. Actually, since 21, so 21, 22, now 23. It's finally been acquired. Finally knocked it off. And I got a grade that I thought was really high for the price I paid. It is the 1997 Flair Showcase Hot Gloves. Again, this, you can go to my, collecting goals for the last 2 years, and this card's listed on both of those videos. I have it as a photo of a card I'm really looking to get. So I'm super excited. Now, this card is an SGC 9.5, and as a lot of people know, I do cross over a lot of cards from SGC to PSA. Will I cross this card over? The answer is no. I don't see any reason to cross this card over. For one thing, it looks super nice in this SGC holder. It really frames this card really well. I think it just makes the card look nice. It's a 9.5 already. So honestly, if it crosses over to a PSA 9, I'm not sure it improves the price much at all. So I'm going to keep it. And Griffey is a PC for myself, so I don't feel like I need to have this card in a PSA holder at this moment. Now, obviously, if I ever decide to sell my collection or maximize value or whatever, would I then send it to PSA? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? I think right now it's in the right holder. It looks good. It's a 9.5. I don't feel like it needs to go into a PSA holder at this point. And it is a very nice card. You can see not a lot of chipping. I think you see a little bit right at that corner right there. So like I said, I don't feel like this card is going to, get a PSA 10. So I would just keep it where it's at, and it looks very, very nice. It's definitely a grail card I've been looking for a long time, because again, it's such a cool die cut, such a cool card. I'm just super glad to get one of my main PC targets off my checklist this year, so I can say mission accomplished on this card. So there it is, guys. That is my mail day. Let me know which one you like the most in the mail day. And I'll be doing more of these. Again, probably won't be quite as big every time, but I'm going to try to get a lot of PC cards and hopefully more vintage cards in the next couple of mail days. And I'll see you next time on Cards and Comics. Bye.